All right, Coach Parker, first and foremost, this is a very different year in a lot of circumstances. It's always different when you lose several guys off of last year's team. Turnover is something you are used to here every season, but now you have the pandemic and the uncertainty on top of that. But first of all, when you look at last year, what are you hoping to take away from last year's successes and also missteps, and what are you hoping to improve on heading into this year?
Well, Brian, probably like anything else, we did have a really good year. We came up short, and in the championship game, a game that we felt like we could have won, had a really good chance. Give Gulf Coast a lot of credit. They won the game in the fourth quarter. We tell our guys all the time, you play a good team, you're going to have to win in the fourth quarter. But we've got a lot to build off from last year. So, and we've got a few guys coming back, not a whole lot, that understand what it takes to get to that game and win that game. But we'll have a lot of guys that don't, because we'll have a lot of freshmen and that kind of stuff. But there's some positives from last year. But the negatives, we let a couple of games get away from us that we thought we could have and should have won. The other team outplayed us, and that's sometimes how the ball bounces. So we'll see, but we're looking forward to it. It'll be here before you know it, and maybe we can put together another good team.
With so many schedule changes so far, and still, another schedule is set to come out. It's a 6-game only division schedule. Kind of a two-part question here. Number one, how does that affect y'all's team's mindset and goals and plans heading into the season? And number two, you're at least certain to play those division opponents. What are you expecting out of the North Division? Just kind of that two-part question.
Well, first of all, the schedule, I'm not sure if it's going to be a 1 or 2 game playoff, but we won't look that far right now because I don't even know how they're going to do the schedule. Whoever it is, whenever it comes out, that'll be our focus. Number one is try to win that first ball game. And I'm sorry, what was the second part of your question?
The second part was the second question was just knowing that you at least have your division opponents on the schedule. What is it you're expecting out of your MACCC North Division opponent, or sorry, MACC North Division opponents going forward?
Yeah, well, all those, they'll have good teams like they all, East Mississippi will have a good team as they always do. Itawamba and Holmes, that guy's doing a great job. And then, one of my former assistants, Travis Makins, the new head coach at Kahoma, and he'll do an unbelievable job. He do a really good job recruiting and coaching and having discipline in that program. So it'll be a tough. The North Division will be tough as usual.
Finally, what is your number one goal for this year's team once you get them on the field, and what's going to be the biggest challenge in getting your team to achieve that goal in that mindset?
Well, our number one goal is, we want to try to win. When you start talking about get to a championship and get to a bowl game and that kind of stuff, that's hard. And we don't ever really talk about that at the first of the season or middle of the season. We just try to win every day, and get better every single day. And that's kind of what we usually do. And later on in the season, if we're fortunate enough to say, hey, we win this and we might be in the championship game, but we just try to focus day at a time and get better every single day. It's kind of what we try to do.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Vance Van Every here with us, returning offensive lineman at Northwest. Vance, first and foremost, you played on a very solid offensive line unit last season, an All-American in National Gist, and several others that have gone on to play Division I football. And you're one of the few returners coming back off that unit. When you look back at last year, what would you say has contributed the most to your growth from your freshman season heading into this year?
I know I was just super fortunate to come in with 6 offensive linemen. You usually don't get that. 6 sophomores, you usually don't get that at a junior college, and they really took me under their wing. And, of course, we got Coach Jones, and he's the best coach I've ever had. So just taking that out from last season, I want to continue to lead that on into the next season with the freshmen coming in.
Just a lot of uncertainty, like I was telling Coach Parker earlier, a lot of uncertainty with trying to field the team in the midst of a pandemic. That's led to a few schedule changes. Just y'all haven't been able to really been here working out in the field house like you would have normally in the spring. What have you been doing in the off season to kind of stay in shape and keep preparing? Has it affected your preparation at all?
I think yeah, it definitely has, because when you don't have someone telling you what to do, then you're usually not going to do it. That being said, I try to stay in the weight room, 5 or 6 days a week, and get a little cardio in with that. But like nothing's going to replace like being here with the team, footwork, drills, your coach telling you what you're doing wrong. So yeah, it's definitely affected us.
When you have looked at the incoming signing class coming in, of course, rosters can change, things can change. There's one thing we learned in 2020, anything can change. But when you looked at our incoming signing class coming in, how excited are you heading into this season and what those young freshmen can bring to the table?
Shoot, I'm super excited. I know a couple of them personally. I know we've got some good guys. I talked to Coach Jones a little bit, and I'm just super excited about playing this season, just having the opportunity to play. I know some people aren't even able to play, and I think we're going to have a good year.
When you look back at last season, once again, compare it to this season, what was maybe one of the most disappointing outcomes of last year, and what are you hoping to change about that heading into this season?
Obviously we fell short in the state championship. We also fell short in 2 in-season games, so that's always something you want to improve on. Like, you always want to go undefeated, I want to go 6-0 this year. I want to play the playoffs, win those out, and I'm excited about what's going to happen.
Lastly, just you as a person, we talked to Coach Parker about his goals for the team, but what is your number one goal in terms of growth this year, both personally and as a player? What are you hoping to improve on the most?
I want to get my strength up. 100%. Yeah, I want to get my strength up. I don't even know. We might need to cut that part.
Yeah, I'm making a little bit of think here.
All right.
Softball. Like I said, this only has to be 3 minutes, but I know we're still a little bit of time to do it. Let me think here.
When it comes to choosing a college that's right for you, the decision should be easy. Northwest Mississippi Community College provides quality education at a price to fit your budget. Study an academic pathway or a technical program and pursue a career in your field of study, or continue your education after graduation. At almost 1/3 the cost of other tech schools and universities in the area, Northwest offers the full college experience whether you choose to live on campus or commute. Go to northwestms.edu/TV to learn more.